it was a huge moment because it is definitely a game that matters, even though it's early in your year. Games like that can really set the table for how the rest of your season goes.
Fifth inning, Caitlin is up. We have 2 outs. We're up 4-1, and she hits a grand slam.
The 1-0 is lifted into deep left center.
As she's rounding first base, she falls down, and Leah plays first base, so she's very close to when Caitlin fell down. And then I play shortstop, so I was honestly watching the ball. She hit it very, very far. So I was watching it, and I had my back turned, and I was waiting on her to round second base. And then a lot of time passed, and I still hadn't heard her because I was gonna be good hit when she rounded second. And I turned around and I saw her on the ground. So then Leah was already close to her, so she was already there. But I ran up to her, and I could tell that Caitlin wasn't gonna be able to either crawl around the rest of the bases. She was in a lot of pain.
Grand slam, but Moses is gonna round first base and go down holding her ankle. So that was a home run into left center, but all has fallen quiet here as Moses goes down. She will be required to touch all the bases.
I was kind of aware of the rule at the time, but I wasn't completely sure that her teammates, her coaches, athletic trainer, any of that, they're not allowed to help her, or it wouldn't count. And so I, just in case, Leah and I kind of knew that we were gonna try to help her, but just in case, I looked at the umpire and I was like, we're allowed to help her, right? And they're like, yeah, you're the only ones. And so then Leah and I looked at each other and we were like, all right. And then we looked at Caitlin. We were like, is it okay if we pick you up? You deserve that. And so we both she was like, yeah, that's fine. So we picked her up and carried her around the bases.
And it looks like the Fire defense may try to help her all the way around the bases.
At the time, I don't think Leah and I really realized what was gonna happen at all. But I do remember we were carrying her and we were rounding third base, and I looked up, because we were talking to Caitlin, holding her, talking to each other. And I remember looking up, and every single person that was there, it felt had their phone out videoing, and we were I don't really know what's going on, but everyone thinks this is awesome. So
what a moment here in Lakeland, Florida. Grandview did just go ahead with a grand slam by the catcher in Moses, but Moses unable to come all the way around the base and is carried all the way to home plate by Chapel Cunningham and Leah Gonzalez.
I think respect goes a very long way. I think if me and Chapel didn't have respect for Caitlin as a human, we would have never picked her up. We would have never helped her out. So I just feel respect is just all around. If you respect people, if you respect your work, you respect everything, I think that is very important.
And I've always kind of valued integrity, and that's just doing the right thing and expecting nothing in return. Like Leah said, we just knew that that's what we wanted to do and that's what we should do. And now we're getting all of these awards and talking to all these people and stuff, trying to share our story, and I just think that's super cool. We weren't expecting that. So, and then servant leadership, I know, just being a Christian, I know that that's my calling. I'm supposed to lead others by serving and show the love of Christ in that way. And I think that this moment especially has allowed us to do that, and that's kind of the thing I want to share.
At the end of the day, it's not just winning and losing, right? So a significant loss that encompasses such a big moment, it kind of makes it easier to swallow that. It's interesting because, like I said, Grandview is a team that we play every year, and have a lot of respect for their program, right? So that was also kind of neat to share that with a program that we have a lot of respect for. I have a lot of respect for their coach. He was very kind and gracious to us after the game, which was really cool. So it definitely, it shifted, right? It's such a great reminder that the game is bigger than just the game.